Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Bella presentation. We're so excited to have you here. You know the drill. Find that Q&A. I want to see where you're coming in live from. So let's take a peek. The Q&A is down at the bottom. Should we admit people in? Let's see here. Oh my goodness, they're starting to come in. Let's see, don't be shy. I can see y'all starting to come in. Find the Q&A and let's hear where you're from. We've got some shy ones. Don't make me start calling out names, y'all. We've got them from Dallas and Wisconsin. I want to see the far away. Who else is on with us today? I see a couple Belize. We have an Ecuador. Welcome, everyone. We're going to take just a few moments like we do and let people find that Q&A and get familiar with the screen so we can join with everyone later. And then in just a couple moments, people are starting to pile on. I see them coming in. So we'll give you a few more moments and then we're going to start the presentation because we want to make best use of everyone's time during this hour together. We're excited to talk about our Bella community again. So let me move a few things around here and we can get started. Okay, make sure I've got controls here. As you notice on the front screen, there's that magic webinar at ecidevelopment.com. Somebody else has my screen. Let's work out the kinks. Michael, can you help? Okay, let me make sure I have control. Webinar at ecidevelopment.com. Remember that email. That's the magic one to use during the presentation. So I am your host. I'm Leslie Lawrence. I'm a property consultant with ECI. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, I first went to Belize about 2.5 years ago, actually longer than that. Probably a couple of years ago, I went to Belize on a lifestyle investment trip. And I was in a 20-year corporate career and a little stressed out and ready for a much simpler life. And I literally went home and was like, okay, I'm selling everything I own. How do I get back to Belize as quickly as possible? And I made that transition. I left my 20-year corporate career and retired from that industry. And I packed up everything, sold a lot of things and told my family I'm moving to Belize. And they probably thought I'd lost my mind, but that was okay. Now they totally see why I made the move and they enjoy visiting me there. I've lived there the last 2.5 years. In March of this year, I was able to come to Gran Pacifica, our property here in Nicaragua, and really enjoyed the experience here. And now I'm here full time. I still go back and forth to Belize, usually about once a month, and I'll be traveling to the other countries, but I'm really enjoying just living the simpler life and experience all that, this type of living has and working abroad. So I'm excited to be here tonight and I have a wonderful co-host, Spencer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Great, thank you, Leslie. My name is Spencer Hebert. I'm a partner of Eco Villages, and what we do is essentially design off-grid and hybrid-powered communities, communities that are just kind of eco-friendly in general, and also just more practical as for your wallet. Communities that are designed to save you money just because the homes are designed to be more efficient in the communities. So that's what we do. I'm particularly excited about the Bella community and the surrounding Ava community because I've spent a lot of my life at Gran Pacifica, probably a total of, I'd say 2 years throughout the last 10 years going there for 1 or 2 months at a time, extended kind of vacations. I love Gran Pacifica. It's like a second home to me. So really exciting to be able to get to work on projects at Gran Pacifica and really exciting to be able to share them with people because it is a very beautiful location.
I would agree. I'm enjoying my time here, just getting out and exploring. So keep me focused, Spencer, if I get off track, because there's been a lot going on these last few weeks here and I've really enjoyed it. And I just go crazy wanting to tell everybody about it. So I know this is not a deep dive into Nicaragua. We do have a Nicaragua 101 webinar, so be sure and request that if you would like that. We'll try to tell you a little bit about Nicaragua, but also really focus in on the Bella project. So Let me make sure here. There we go. Again, we're ECI Development. We've been in the Latin America market now for over 20 years. You'll see there a lot of our different opportunities. We have the Belize Marriott Residences, Best Western Grand Bayman in Belize, our tiny homes there in Belize, another exciting project that Spencer's had a big hand in. They're looking amazing. I saw some new pictures and things from the construction update. So that's an exciting project. Obviously, tonight we're going to be talking about Gran Pacifica, Nicaragua. Obviously, we're known for our teak hardwoods. We've got the Grand Highlands in Panama, Costa Rica. We've got the Reef in Honduras, which, I mean, how exciting was that launch a few weeks ago? Mexico's coming, and there are more to come, so you have to stay tuned. I am so excited to see where we're going to be going next. Okay, let's see. And there is our executive team. Of course, everybody knows Michael Cobb, our CEO and co-founder, Joel Nagel, co-founder and legal advisor, of course, Spencer. I think you may recognize Patrick Hebert there, our chief operations officer. We have Valeria, who is our VP of operations, Rachel Jensen. Of course, everyone loves Rachel. She's off traveling, or she would be on with us today. So she's our vice president of sales and marketing. And of course, Michael Fuller, our marketing manager, who's on in the background helping us tonight as well. Thank you, Michael. And there, I can't even begin to read that with my almost 50-year-old eyes, but as you can see, the exciting part of that is our team has grown tremendously. I know just since I came on board at the end of November, this chart looks completely different. So it's a very exciting time here to be a part of ECI development. Okay, let's see, there we go. So again, welcome. Let's talk about Nicaragua. I'm a click happy, or apparently, Michael, you may have to help me. Have you ever wished you had invested in a beachfront community back in the 90s? There's a question for you. Yes, I wished I did not. Now you'll really see when we talk about Nicaragua, the one thing that I've seen, even in the short time that I've been here, there's a lot of Californians that come here, and the first thing they say is they're shocked at what they can buy a beachfront property here on the Pacific compared to what it is in California. So that's one thing that's definitely stood out to me while I've been here. Nicaragua is a growing vacation destination. This time of year, we're seeing a lot of surfers come in. Today, I was hearing a lot of noise and things going on down by the pool, and I looked out, and there's a lot of surfers that have come in, so it's exciting to see. The cool thing with Nicaragua, I didn't really know what to expect the first time I came, and it's a very diverse country. So you have the mountains, you have tons of volcanoes. I have only got to visit once, the Messiah volcano, but there are so many more on my list. I think there's something like 24 volcanoes. We've got the multiple oceans, you've got rivers and lagoons. I hear people talking about going and hiking all these cool areas. So there's a lot of things to do and explore here. And I'm trying to check them off best I can. You've got 3 different regions. You've got the Pacific, you've got Central, the Caribbean, all within this country, really providing different climates and something for everyone. So the country has really experienced a growth in tourism, which is exciting to see. Obviously, this last year, we're still on this tail end of COVID and all of that. So you've seen some changes, but people are asking, what are you seeing now that you're there? Every weekend, this place is packed. I'm like, where are all these people coming from? You have a lot of even, local Nicaraguans coming from Managua. It's the closest beach community. That's a plus. You can get to Gran Pacifica about an hour outside of Managua. So we have a lot of, locals that come here for the weekend. And again, right now we're seeing a lot of surfers coming in, and I've been really surprised and excited. We have a lot of potential clients and property owners that are coming back, and we're welcoming them here and having a great time. I will say this past weekend was really exciting. We had a large group in because we had the grand opening for our new Momotombo condo building. And that was exciting to have people in and get to see firsthand, for me, the first time, what happens when we have a grand opening of one of our new buildings. So I'm excited for when we have the Bella community done, because I can tell you it's a fun time, and you will definitely want to be here to be the first one to stay in your new Bella beachfront villa. All right, let's keep moving forward. So why Nicaragua? Michael, are you in the background? We'll work through the kinks. Thanks, guys. Discover Nicaragua. Okay, excellent location again for vacation or a retirement home. It's really situated in the heart of the tropics. You have access to the Pacific Ocean. Again, perfect surf waves. You've heard us talk about, we have one called the Meat Grinder that's more advanced. And I will tell you, I watch some of the surfers out there and it makes me a little nervous. Then on the Osachio Beach, where Bella Beachfront community is going to be, that is more of a beginner surf break. And so that's definitely where I would have to attempt, but I sit there and watch, and I don't think it's the sport for me, but I really enjoy watching it. I tell you, they have to have a lot of patience. They float around out there and paddle and just wait. And I'm like, okay, they must see something that I don't see, because then all of a sudden they catch this perfect wave, and it's so exciting to watch the surfers here. So let's really talk about Gran Pacifica. It provides that community feel. People are like, well, what's it like living there at Gran Pacifica? What I really enjoy about it is you have different communities. So you have the San Diego Viejo community, which was really one of the original, and the homes there have like a Spanish colonial architecture. And then you have where the new Mila is going, that's along the golf course. And of course, I go out, I run every morning. So I go out to Osachio Beach, and where the tiny homes are going up, the Ava property, and where Bella's going to be. And it's going to have its own community and feel, which is, really exciting to see. And then every night people come together, they all join there at Sea Salt. And when I say it's a community, it is. I've met so many wonderful people. They just welcome me into their homes. And that's the biggest thing that I like about it. I had some clients in town this past weekend, and literally their last night here, like they did not want to go back home. The cool thing is, guess what? They're buying and they're coming back to Gran Pacifica. So we're excited to welcome them to the family. So we really encourage you to come here, because a lot of people, you read things and you hear things. The question I get asked a lot is about safety, and do I feel like it's safe? Absolutely. I would say get on a plane, come visit us, let me share my experiences, and I would love to take you around and really share Gran Pacifica and this community with you. All right, moving on. Michael, just take over because I'm too trigger happy. Where is Nicaragua? I really didn't know. I'm not going to lie. Before I came, I kind of had an idea where it was, but obviously it sits kind of between Honduras and Costa Rica. You'll see there on the map. Next slide. It's amazing year-round climate. It's got consistent tropical climate with only 2 seasons. So you have the green and the golden. Right now we're in what's called the rainy season. It's beautiful in sunshine right now. So it's definitely, we've had some rain, but it's kind of like it was in Belize. You have, a quick little downpour and then it's on, but it's so lush and green right now. I've taken up golf. That's another highlight we have here on the property. So I've been taking golf lessons. I'm one of those very competitive people, and there's a golf tournament this Saturday. So I thought, hey, I can crash course in 2 weeks and try to play in this golf tournament. So the golf course is looking phenomenal. One of the holes, I don't even know the numbers yet, but you're literally looking out onto the water and the palm trees are swaying, and it's 4. Okay, thank you, Spencer. I need to learn them. Don't tell my golf pro that I don't know the answer to that. But yeah, it's the most beautiful. Like you walk up, I will tell you, I was really excited, Spencer, you're gonna like this fact. I am a newbie and I'm trying to figure it all out. I got lucky. Let me tell you, I'm going to be honest. On my first drive, I hit it and it landed like this close to the pin. I was so excited. And yeah, and then I kind of bummed it and overshot the putt a bit. So, but I still parred, so that was good. So I've already claimed it that hole, that beautiful hole, is going to be my first hole in one here. I'm putting it out in the universe. So again, this property is amazing. There's so many cool things to do. You have horseback riding. I'm going to attempt to go, hopefully in the next few days, go on a beach horseback ride, which would be a lot of fun. You just jump in the golf cart and go around the property and see everything. So again, just come and join us here, and we look forward to really sharing all that Gran Pacifica has to offer. Okay, next slide. Yes, no? Okay, perfect. I think there may be a delay on my end, so I apologize. So again, you can see there on the map, Nicaragua, you've got Managua. That's the airport that you're going to fly into. It's MGA is the airport code. A lot of people right now are, how is travel? Yes, it's a little bit more challenging. I'm not going to lie. We're just going to put it out there. There's more limited flights right now into Managua, but you do have options. We have a wonderful travel agent who can help. She's helped me numerous times. There's an Eastern Airlines charter flight that's coming in. I've done that a couple times. You can fly Avianca. It's been tried and true. Copa just came back, Air Mexico. So hopefully in the next few months, we'll see some of the other major airlines coming in, but you do still have to have a PCR test to come in. You have to have it done within 72 hours of travel. But it's once you get here, the return out, I have noticed that a few people are posting that they're using the at-home test. They're bringing those with them and they're able to use those to go back into the US. Otherwise, your option is to go to the Ministry of Health and you can do the PCR test there, get same day results to be able to fly out. So you have options. I even one time I got a little adventurous. I went to the Nicaragua Costa Rica border. Never walked across the border before, but now I have walked across the border, had a taxi waiting, went to the Liberia airport in Costa Rica, and I flew out that way because there were some great flight options. So just ask us those questions. We're more than willing to help and put you in touch with Melissa, who can help with all your travel arrangements. You'll see there on the map, Gran Pacifica, again, super close to Managua and one of the closest beachfront communities, which is an advantage for all of us. Okay, next. Okay, again, just to touch base, located on the Pacific region, we have 3.5 miles of beachfront. Again, we talked about the world-class surf spot, a turtle sanctuary. Spencer, again, I got to experience the turtle release. I've done 2 now already. And just a little bit ago, I went into the office and they had another thing of baby turtles that, guess what? They're going to be released tonight at 5:30. So I was so excited. I talked to them like I'm their turtle mom or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you ready to go swimming tonight? So if you want to, check us out on all of our social media. We try to post the coverage of the turtle releases. It's a really cool project that we do here. And I think we're going to be enlarging our turtle sanctuary. So that's a really cool thing to see if you've never experienced that. So your lifestyle here will be super amazing. It's going to be laid back and enjoyable. You can just pick your schedule of your day, get up, go over to Sea Salt and have a nice breakfast, maybe go play a round of golf, go take a dip in the pool, come back to Sea Salt for the sunsets. The sunsets here are amazing. They're never the same. And just enjoy being with your community. Next. Okay, Spencer, why don't that's talking about the master plan of Gran Pacifica. And like you said, you've spent some time here. So why don't you take a moment and talk about kind of the master plan and then where the Bella community is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So you pretty much actually, it's kind of funny because back in the day, I used to ride dirt bikes kind of back where the Ava and Bella community are going to be. It used to be kind of a dirt road going back there. Now it's all paved. But that was a long time ago, years ago, when I would be riding around back there on the dirt bike. But I would go back there and take that little, what used to be a journey to go surfing, because the Osachio Surf Beach is fantastic for beginners. That's actually where I learned to surf. I love surfing now. I don't get to do it often because where I live, there's only, only one surf beach that's about 3.5, 4 hours away from me. So I don't do it much, and the waves at Gran Pacifica are significantly higher quality than the local waves here. But it's kind of cool to see, it developed from what it was. It was always beautiful, and there's still a ton of land in the backside of Gran Pacifica that you can go, if you're into that kind of thing, hop on an ATV or something and just go out into the bush and adventure. But there's a ton of land for that as well. But it's cool to see it develop and be turned into something now. And it kind of started with the Ava community, which we'll talk about in a further slide in a little more depth, because they are neighboring communities. So it's good to kind of know the two communities. But this is the oceanfront community here, Bella, and these are actually hybrid homes. So they're not fully solar powered. They are solar powered as long as the solar is adequate. And anytime that there isn't enough sun or the float, which is the battery float that holds some level of charge, if that depletes below a certain voltage, they'll just automatically switch over to the grid power. And there's nothing you have to do as an owner. It's all automatic, seamless, and your electronics don't even notice it. The inverters that are used these days, the modern inverters, are very, very cool in the sense that they can switch back and forth seamlessly. But Yeah, so it's cool. There's obviously there's benefits to both sides, but these ones are, you know, we kind of wanted to go for the more grand, I won't say luxurious because the Ava homes are luxurious in themselves, but just a little bit of a more grand home on the ocean front here that's hybrid rather than fully off grid. Something just a little better for if you're renting out to large groups and people that aren't necessarily very eco-conscious, we'll say. And you know, if they're throwing a concert or something, it has the grid power to back it up. So you know, there's benefits to both, but these are very practical systems that are being put in place.
Awesome. So why don't we just kind of jump in here and talk about Bella. Bella has 3 home models to choose from, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And I don't know if that's me being trigger happy again, possibly. I apologize if I have control. And also has a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom option. So again, that's another advantage. Obviously, if the tiny home living is not for you, then this is a good fit because they're larger in size, but they're still right there at that Ossachio Beach. Each home has the fantastic views of the rolling surf and just the stunning unspoiled Ossachio Beach. And I don't know what back, you may know this, Spencer. So when you're looking at the water and you look off to the right, there's some type of mountain or something off in the distance. Do you know what that is?
I think it's a volcano actually, and I want you know, I'm not going to try to name it because I'm probably going to say the wrong one, but I know that there is the Costa Guina volcano is far up the north side of North Pacific side of the country there, but that might be too far away to see. So I'm not entirely sure what volcano that is.
I always see it. I take pictures of it, but I don't really know what I'm taking pictures of. So I'll have to find someone that can help me figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump right over so you can see. I'm still having issues. There we go. There's some of the renderings there of the new Bella homes. You'll see people enjoying poolside and an outdoor massage. I'm not gonna lie, I took a little break yesterday afternoon and I had my first outdoor massage here, and it was wonderful just feeling the breeze and hearing everything and the waves crashing in the background. So I highly recommend that when you come to visit. Okay. Next slide. There we go, thanks. Again, there's some more renderings of the interior of Bella. Go ahead to the next so we can get into the full details of everything. So the Bella homes are really designed for what we call ideal tropical sanctuary. I love just the very calm colors, and it's a good feel, like it's very relaxing environment. You'll see that by the renderings. It just really, you know, that true beachfront living that you would, you know, want. That is exactly what it is. So you could imagine just hanging out there with your friends. You're going to see they have beautiful terraces. They're going to have the stunning sunset views, which is going to be, you know, a wonderful end of your day here. And what we really do here at a lot of our properties, we really take advantage of that outdoor living space. You know, you're rarely inside your homes here. You know, I get up sometimes, you know, 5 or 5:30 in the morning, I'm out the door for a run, and then I come back in. I may even try to sneak in a little golf in the mornings right now because I'm trying to cram for this golf tournament. And then, you know, really you're spending most of your day outdoors. You want to go out and explore, and even at sea salt, you're outdoors but eating, and you're there at poolside. So you will find that it's a different type of lifestyle here. And then if you're looking at this from an investment standpoint, obviously you're going to have surfers coming in. You're going to have, you know, weddings. This is such a beautiful property. I see, you know, for weddings and retreats and so many opportunities. And the one thing that we're really excited to have this tiny home community and the Bella Beachfront homes is we need more inventory to be able to rent. So we're really excited about that. So it's going to be great for investors as well. Next slide. Okay, so let me get over where I can see here. We've got the Aquarius model. This is one, the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You'll see that it's 893 square feet. The terrace is 172. This home starts at $319,900. You've got your furniture package, closing costs there. So really coming all in at just under $346,000. The HOA fee is $286 per month. And we're going to stay on this screen just for a moment so you can really kind of take, I know it's a little bit smaller. We can send all of this out to you after the fact, but I just want you to have a moment to glance at the floor plan and see. You'll see the living area is really that, open floor plan, which is really nice to have. Again, you'll notice that oceanfront terrace that I spoke about. You've got the king size bed and the master bedroom, which, everyone enjoys that, of course. So yeah, just take a moment to peek there, and then we'll go to the next slide so we can see the next floor plan. There's some renderings of the interior of the Aquarius, the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Next. And there is our Poseidon. So the Poseidon is the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's 1,173 square feet. You have 172 square feet of terrace. This one starts at $349,900. Again, you can see the furniture closing costs. I will note that on the furniture package, if you are going to do this from an investment standpoint and put it in the rental pool, that the furniture package is something that you have to do if it's going to be part of the rental pool, just so we have that consistency. Closing costs there coming all in at $379,351, and again, the HOA is $286 per month. So this one you can see is just a little bit different. You've got your 3rd bedroom there. Again, the kind of the open floor plan for the living, and you'll see there in the shared bath you do have washer in that one, and some nice built-in, some storage and things there. So another great option if you're looking for a 3-bedroom. Okay, next. Okay, again, so there's the interior renderings for the Poseidon. Again, I love the look and feel of these. And then the Apollo is the 3-bedroom, another 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This one, I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite. I hate to say I have a favorite in the different communities, but this is my favorite for the Bella. It's 1,527 square feet. You've got 312 for the terrace. You'll see if you look over at the floor plan, I like this one because you have the oceanfront terrace on 2 of the bedrooms. And then of course the huge oceanfront terrace on the front with that amazing open floor plan. This one starts at $389,900. Again, there's your furniture and closing coming in at $422,239, and the HOA $286 per month. And we'll go to the next slide so you can see the interior renderings of the Apollo model. Awesome. All right, next slide. I think I still have a delay. Okay, this is kind of the layout for the Ava and Bella. And Spencer, why don't you take a moment and share kind of how this layout came about and more about these 2 communities?
Yeah, okay, exactly. So the Ava community you can see is behind Bella there, and there's actually a river that runs down. You can kind of see it on the side there, but it runs almost wraps around Ava, and there's walkways along that river as well. But we had it set back so that we could have this kind of more grand home community in the face there. And you'll notice a trend with the designs of all these homes. We really wanted to keep that the face of the homes as open as possible, as wide open. Part of the reason why we had to go hybrid with them, was because of the design. That open face, with air conditioning and everything becomes an issue. But the reason for that is because of the Osteo Surf Beach there. It is an absolutely stunning beach, and it would be a shame to block that view from any room, really. So we wanted to keep the living areas of these homes all looking right out into that ocean. And yeah, no, it's an absolute, the views are the sunset views. I've hung out there, surfed many times out there for the sunset. The views are going to be stunning from those homes. And you can see it actually dips down into a bit of an arm where the river actually connects with the ocean, and there'll be parking and some other amenities down there. We're finalizing the designs of the amenities down there, but there will be additional amenities down where you're reading the Bella Beachfront there. So that was the general beach access, but now there will be multiple beach accesses along as well. So the Ava community originally was designed to be out of the way in this fully off-grid community. The only thing that Ava gets is its potable water from Gran Pacifica. The reason for that is just practicality with rentals. You can't really run the risk of having, a smaller water treatment on site. So we just wanted, water something you really want to be consistent. And Gran Pacifica has fantastic water treatment. So we decided to run the water out there. But as far as power goes, The Ava community is 100% off-grid. And these systems, for the size of the homes, it's quite practical to do it because they are tiny homes. It works, and these systems are kind of oversized, to be honest, so that they can be rented out and we don't run into issues with renters that are, again, a little not as eco-conscious. But the Bella community, because they're more grand, because of the open faces, we decided to go with hybrid. You still get the benefits of reducing your operational costs if you're renting it out, or your living costs if you're living in the home. There's still the benefits of that, because throughout the day, almost everything will be powered by the sun. And other than when there's quite a large spike of power consumption, then it will jump over to the grid. So it greatly reduces your costs of living and your operational costs, and it's a very practical way to go about it. So yeah, I can't stress enough how beautiful this location is. When I'm at Gran Pacifica, I've spent more time at this beach than probably the home that I was staying in at Gran Pacifica. So yeah, I really love this location.
That's awesome, Spencer. And Spencer, while we have you, because we don't get to have you very often, so it's a nice treat. I know I've heard Patrick talk about it a little bit, but tell us kind of how you got into this whole eco, the design and how this all came about. I think it had something to do with being on a boat.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and my dad, I grew up sailing. So we started in the 30-foot Catalina, and we would go on long extended trips up to an area called Desolation Sound off the west coast of Canada. And long extended trips in the summers, upwards of a month and a half or 2 months. And boats, when you're on a boat for that long, you're really kind of forced to live sustainably. You don't really have a lot of options. And for that reason, boats are designed to be extremely efficient as far as their use of space, efficient in the sense that they generate their own resources, so to speak, power and water with water desalinators and things of that nature. So living that lifestyle, we got a sense for how to really live very sustainably, and you kind of started to really enjoy it. You really do enjoy it when you're reducing your costs massively, and that you're living a lifestyle that you're not really relying on outside forces as much, like government forces or whatever it may be, as much as you typically would be. So from that, I actually I was living on a boat when my dad moved down south. I decided to move on to a different 30-foot Catalina. We really liked that model, particularly because it was very efficiently designed in its interior layout, which kind of is, in a way, the mentality when we were designing the Ava community was just very practical and efficient design for the amount of space that you have. We took that Catalina mentality into that. But yeah, from there I was living on a boat and working on a boat. So I spent more time on boats than on land easily. And I was working on boats rather. I was in the marine industry working on all kinds of boats. And I got to see a lot of the different systems that they implemented, and really just grew a love for the off-grid and the sustainable nature of the boats. So from there, actually during COVID, me and my dad decided to design this community. We worked with an architectural team, and now since then, we've designed many communities. But with my practical experience with the off-grid lifestyle, my father's development experience, and the architectural team, and all their experience, yeah, we've come up with some, I don't want to boast here, but we're pretty happy with the designs we've come up with. And these two communities in particular, I really do love, just because of the location is so dear to my heart.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I know everyone enjoys hearing, how it really all began. So I would say boast a little bit. Y'all have done a tremendous job. And obviously with the launch of Ava and everything that we did with it, it shows what a tremendous success, and with the Bella that we already have reserved as well. So lots of great things to come, I'm sure. And we're excited to see what those are. Let's continue on. Next slide. Okay, so this is showing our current availability map for the Baylor community. You'll see there the different colors. The yellow ones are already reserved. So you'll see we have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 that are currently open for reservations. The kind of the greenish teal is the Aquarius, can be an Aquarius or Poseidon model. And then the purple is the available Apollo model. So you'll see you have fewer options on those. But yeah, we've got, let me just kind of count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we have about 10 available right now. So we're going to explain to you what to do. Take a peek at that availability map right now and pick one. What looks like your favorite ideal location? You really can't go wrong. We kind of didn't really touch about how they're designed, but you'll see how it's kind of grouped into a pod. So phase one, you've got your pod and each of them have that center pool. So that's really to create that cool sense of, you know, a smaller community feel. But yeah, take a peek and jot down the number that you want to reserve. Be sure and let your property consultant know. Usually after these, we are kind of all scrambling, trying to make sure our clients are, you know, getting the best pick that they want and their first pick, but have a couple in mind, and we'll go through that reservation process here in just a moment. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so the Bella that was showing some of the renderings, you'll see there, that's the availability chart that really shows the details of the different models and the interior, the different square footage, the HOAs, the amounts and everything. So again, we can send you this information. Go ahead, next slide. And next slide. Okay, so how do you secure your ideal location? Cash payments is an option. You put down a $2,500 refundable deposit to claim your residence. You'll have 7 business days after receiving the final paperwork. Give me just a moment. I've got some background noise, so I want to take care of that for you. Just one moment. Go ahead and stay on there. Guys, I'm recording live. Okay, guys, I think I'm back. Let's see if we can work through some of this with the background noise. I hope you can hear me okay. But again, $2,500 refundable deposit to claim your residence. You'll have 7 business days after receiving the final paperwork to decide if you want to move forward. And then we do a construction payment schedule. So 50% less deposit due with paperwork, 20% due when foundation's complete, 20% due when walls are up, and 10% plus the closing when the home is complete. We do have financing options. So if that is something that you're interested in, ask us about that. We have 50% down or 50% option with 50% down, or 80% with 20% down. And then we also have cryptocurrency. That's an exciting one and been a very popular thing. So we do accept multiple cryptos and gold, precious metals. Ask us about that if you're curious, or self-directed IRA. We can talk about those options as well. Next slide. And another question we get a lot is, how do we obtain a second residency? So here in Nicaragua, you do have many different options. I like to put my clients in touch with Paul Tiffer, who we recommend for the residency questions. Really, he can, you know, talk to you about your specific family needs, because again, there are several options. I'm going to highlight 2 right now. We have the Pensionata program. So it's no taxes on foreign income. You can import up to $20,000 worth of household goods without duties. It applies only if you're over 45 years old and you must receive more than $600 a month from a pension abroad. Then we have the investor program. You can run your own business. You must invest $30,000 in Nicaragua and you receive a 5-year residency, which is renewable, and that applies at any age. Okay, next. And the ROI. So of course, if you're looking at this from an investment standpoint, this is a critical piece. The numbers I know are really small. We can actually send this for whichever model that you're interested in. We can change the numbers, whether you're looking from a cash basis or from one of the financing options. So we can customize it to fit your exact situation. So let us know, your property consultant know, and we can send you that ROI. But you'll see here, we always do ours. We have an industry standard case over in this left-hand column, and then we have the conservative case. This one's actually based on the Aquarius 2-bedroom scenario. It looks like here, this one's showing occupancy of 55% in the industry standard and 40% for the conservative. So this one's showing an average daily rate of $299 for the industry standard case. Again, we include all the annual expenses going down, the utilities, the owner annual expenses. So really coming down here on your ROI, the just net of all the costs, year 1 is 7.49% based on this one, and year 10 is 13.48% for the industry standard. And then if we really want to, you know, be conservative, which we like to do, we like to show both. The conservative case net is year 1 of 4.97% and year 10 at 9.66. If my eyes are correct, it gets a little fine print there. But again, just let us know which one you're interested in and we can customize the ROI and send it over to you for your specific needs. Okay, next slide. And here is our team. If you've been on some of our videos before, you definitely can tell our team is growing. Again, it's very exciting. There's Rachel at the top, our VP of sales, leading the way, and April is our sales support admin. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's keeping us on track. She's helping us get really organized. So thank you, April. And then you'll see the other property consultants. We have Katie and Joe. We have Gian, Betsy, Ivan, Andrea, Savannah, Sarah, Natalie, Christy, and Megan. So we, as your property consultants, we're really here to be a resource for you. My clients, sometimes they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm asking too many questions. You can never ask too many questions. That's what we're here for. You know, you need to take this time and do your research and due diligence, not only on our company, but also, you know, on the different options that you have. We want you to find your ideal, perfect solution for you, for your family, or for your investment needs. So take as much time as you need. We can send you as many resources and we love to provide those for you. Next slide. I joined the Gran Pacifica family. I have definitely feel like I am part of the Gran Pacifica family now that I'm here. I did get to witness that firsthand at our grand opening for the Momotombo building. It truly is a family and it's fun to see people come together. So we hope that you will come and experience it for yourself and want to become a part of this family. Next. And again, we like the resources. There's our Nicaragua handbook. So inquire for your free copy. And again, I had mentioned the NICA 101 webinar. So again, email us at webinar@ecidevelopment.com, webinar@ecidevelopment.com, and request your free copy and we'll get those out to you. Next slide. There's still a slight delay. Okay, so there again is the webinar email, so that will stay up on the screen for a moment so you can jot that down and make sure and get your free resources, the Nicaragua 101 webinar and the NICA handbook, and keep in touch with us. I'm not sure yet when our next Nicaragua discovery tour will be, but we'll keep you updated on that. I'm here on site now, so if you do want to come to Nicaragua, please come and visit us. Just reach out to your property consultant, and I partner with them since I'm here on site. I've had clients coming in weekly. I have some more coming next week. So again, I'm here to help you through the process of getting here, and if you have day trips, things you want to do, and then just your time here at Gran Pacifica as well. So I hope you've enjoyed learning more about the Bella community. You'll still see some of the renderings there of the interior. So I'm anxious to hear which ones you liked and what your favorite models are. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. We're waiting. There we go. Is that it?
I believe that, yeah, we're on the last slide.
Okay, I thought there was one more. I was still waiting. Spencer, why don't you take a moment before we go into the Q&A, where I'm trying to watch the time because we want to be respectful for everyone's time. But Spencer, any closing thoughts about Bella, things that you would like to share of that community?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's you know, I've already said this, but that location at Gran Pacifica is my favorite spot on the entire property. It's beautiful, a long beach. It just keeps going. You could walk up that beach and it's all just beautiful sand. You walk up it for, I have walked 45 minutes to see no end of the beach, and I just, you know, had to turn back, but I was curious. But yeah, it just goes forever. Walk south down the beach, and there's some off of the Gran Pacifica property. There's some smaller little beachfront bars and stuff. I know there's Mind the Gap down there, which I have friends that own that, and yeah, it's just the sense of community in Gran Pacifica is great. There's so much to do, even for a younger guy like myself. I was never really bored just because there's all kinds of different, from the amenities to just the landscape. There's all kinds of stuff to do there. And yeah, I'm not much of a golfer myself, although I do like to get out there and try. I'm not very effective at it, but the golf course is beautiful for sure. That hole number 4 that you were talking about is absolutely stunning, and I haven't seen a hole like that, with that good of a view. I noticed somebody asked, I don't know, sorry if I'm jumping into the questions too early here, Leslie, but I noticed somebody asked about the sunsets there, which lot would have the best sunset. That's, I mean, it's kind of maybe a corny answer, but all of them are going to have fantastic sunsets. I would say if there is the one that has a slight edge, it might be the Apollo one that's, the most straight on, but even then, they're all designed, angled towards the ocean for a reason. We wanted to make sure every home had a fantastic view of the sunset, and those terraces in the front, all the homes are angled to be able to see the ocean. But even if not, I mean, at any angle, you'd be able to sit on your terrace and see it. So yeah, they're all going to have absolutely fantastic views of the sunset.
Awesome. Perfect. Let's try to see, have you glanced at any other questions? Let me pull up here and we can jump into the Q&A. So remember to find that Q&A button down in the right-hand side and put any questions that you have. We will try to get them all answered. If we run out of time, we will get those questions sent over to the property consultant so they can respond to you, okay? And I'm going to mute for a moment because I have a little bit more background. So Spencer, if you can look at some of those questions, and then I will help on my end if I can. Thanks.
Yeah, so somebody's asking about the weather, if that's an issue on the beach. I would say no. I mean, the rain season in Nicaragua is, honestly, I almost prefer it. I do prefer it. It's really cool because being from the west coast of Canada, we get a ton of rain, and it is not the exciting kind of rain. It's very bland, very gray. Always raining on the island here in the winter, but we have nice summers. You can see it's pretty sunny right now. But the weather there is particularly cool to me because of my location here. Gran Pacifica, the rain is tropical. It hits hard and fast, and it's exciting. There's lightning storms and stuff, which in some cases will put out the power for a few hours. But in these cases, you would have power through that. It's kind of being the homes being off grid and all, but it's very, I wouldn't say it's an issue at all. I would go out in the stormy days to go surf often because the rain season actually typically has better waves, which is why, Leslie, you're probably seeing a lot of surfers down there right now. But no, these homes are built very solid. They're all concrete. So unlike the North American homes that I'm used to up here, they're solid concrete homes. There's a lot of people, now I'm not going to suggest you do or don't insure your home, but I will say there's a lot of people that just don't down there because they're just so bulletproof. I mean, there's nothing, they can flood, it doesn't matter. They're designed to have drainage and everything. It's all tile and concrete, and they're just solid homes. So there's not a whole lot to be concerned about as far as the weather. I'll be on the Pacific coast too. You're not going to get hurricanes. Well, I can't guarantee never, but it's a lot less likely to have hurricanes there.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see one about what does the HOA include? And I don't have that right in front of me. We can try to do some of these off the top of our head, and then we'll send you the detailed list. I know security, we've got the common area care, the roadways, parkways, sidewalks, all of that. Correct, Spencer? Sewer system, treatment system, what am I leaving off? The common area pool care, the reserve fund, trash pickup, those sorts of things. But again, we'll send you the full detailed list of what that HOA fee does include. Okay.
And I'm seeing a question here, plans for other common spaces in the area. Yes, we do have a lot of plans actually for the future. We're just finalizing the plans right now. That's why we can't just show them yet. Because we don't want to try to, we want to avoid guaranteeing things until we're set in stone. But there is going to be along that area that I was talking about earlier. That is it would be north of the Bella community. That typically is where the parking lot for the Osachuo Beach is. That area is going to have a parking area, and there's going to be a lot of different amenities there, from a small business areas to a large auditorium or a performance stage as well. There's going to be, I can't guarantee anything at this point, but we will very shortly be able to show you guys what all will be there. But yes, there's plans to have quite an extravagant common area and surrounding amenities in the area, as well as each pod you could see will have its own individual pool. The pod of about 5 homes there, or 6 homes, they'll have each will have their own kind of dipping pool in the middle area there. So there is amenities on site, and we'll have a lot more to show you shortly.
Awesome. And let's see, Spencer, can you address, they're talking about the building codes in Nicaragua, obviously, versus, or what standards do we build to? So obviously to North American standards. Do you want to touch on that, Spencer?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'll comment on the homes being concrete. Part of the reason why we're able to build the Ava tiny home community is because typically in North America, you see tiny homes always, I know we're talking about Bella here as well, but it'll all tie in. You'll see tiny homes built on trailers, and the reason for that is due to building codes. And so they can insure them as a trailer, whereas in Nicaragua, they don't care how you divide up your land or how small of a house you build. They don't have those kinds of rules. There are still building codes that we have to abide to, and we I think generally we build to be built for Category 4 hurricane standards. But all the homes, they are concrete. They are very solid. They're going to outlast us for sure. There's no question about that. They're very solid homes. So
awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, they're asking about the rental program. So yes, we have obviously a rental program in place, and we can send you some specifics on that. So we have it set up where you do have some flexibility. We can make some decisions on that, whether it's from a true lifestyle perspective or an investment perspective, because we do have people asking, maybe they want to stay in their home part of the time, their villa, but they would like to rent it out. So you do have some opportunities there, and we can send you the detailed rental program. Again, we really like to just, have that time to be able to talk to you and figure out what your specific needs are, whether it is from a lifestyle perspective or an investment perspective. And then we can plan out, how that's going to look for you with your Bella beachfront home. Let's see. There's another one that just came in. It looks like, do these homes have designated parking spaces for the owners and guests? Spencer?
Yes, yes and no. There are owner parking and guest parking. They aren't designated to an individual unit, but there's going to be enough parking that everybody could have vehicles parked in there. So that's how we're going to have it set initially. Of course, the HOA will eventually be handed over to the homeowner, so the homeowners have ultimate control of their community and what they do. We want to give the freedoms to the homeowners, not have restrictions that they don't want to have, because nobody knows their community better than the people who live in it. So when we do hand over the HOA to the homeowners will vote in the board, and they can decide how they want to set up parking. But initially, it'll be set up that there'll be enough parking for everybody. There'll be designated homeowner parking, although not designated to a specific home. It'll be designated for the owners, and then there'll be guest parking as well.
Awesome. I see another one coming in, anticipated groundbreaking. Do you have any updates, Spencer, on that time frame?
I do not, only because it's totally dependent on the rate of where the phases sell out. So I can't guarantee anything right now. I know Ava has broken ground. The first phase is under construction as we speak, and that happened pretty quickly after the phase sold out. So it's totally dependent on the phases selling out.
Right. But, and what's the build time? I know for the tiny homes and the different homes are different. What's the build time looking like for the Bella beachfront villas?
I would estimate between 7 and 10 months. It's hard to say because of weather. That can always cause delays, but a good estimation would be about 7 to 10 months.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I see a couple more coming in. So we are asking, what is the best way to get into town if you don't own a car? Does Gran Pacifica have transportation available? That's a great question. You get to the airport and then what, right? We do have transportation here at Gran Pacifica, so they're able to coordinate that and help get you here on site. And then once you're here, you do have opportunities. There's drivers here that can help. I know when I first came, I had a rental car for a little bit, and then I don't have a car right at this moment, but there's drivers here that if I want to go back into Managua, I can. I will tell you, I borrowed a friend car the other day and I drove to Managua for the first time. I was pretty proud of myself. I drove to Managua and back and did my shopping and made the rounds, and I already kind of felt like I knew where I was going, which was pretty cool. I don't, just so people know, obviously they speak Spanish here, and I had it in high school and college, but that was a long time ago. I can still kind of read and understand or pick up the words, but I have not spoken in forever. So it's been a little bit challenging. I have my little translator app, which works great. And using, they've got Babbel and Duolingo. There's so many, easy ones to take advantage of right now and to learn. But I feel like I'm learning more just being here. So that's exciting. I would encourage you just to embrace it and try. The locals are very supportive of that. But, you've got the road signs, the grocery store, everything's in Spanish. So that makes it kind of fun and exciting. But yeah, you have options even here within the outside of the gates of the community. A lot of people, want to know, do I have to go to Managua to do my shopping? No, you don't. So the really cool thing is, one of the residents here took myself and some of the other newbies outside the gate, and we went to all these little local pulperias and to Masa Chip. I think what's it called? Masa, I don't remember the name. Masa Chapa, I think's the name.
Chapa, yeah.
Yes, we went there. We went to the fish market so we could learn how to buy fresh fish. And we went to all these different little mercados. So it was really fun to just really get out in the community and see. And I will tell you, the cost of everything, like I was in shock. I kept doing the math on my phone, trying to do the conversion rate because it is, a great cost of living here. I think one of the things that I didn't really touch on, I think I missed earlier, was using what they call the purchasing power parity. For 1,000 US, it's like 3 to 4 times the purchasing power here in Nicaragua. So that's something definitely to think about and highlight. You can go out and get, just all these fresh fruits and vegetables for next to nothing. If you want to, take advantage and have a housekeeper and a cook, that's something that now I've never had before in my life. It's made a huge difference in just my, day and how things go. It's something I would highly recommend. Like I said, you can have a driver to take you, different places. So then I can be back there getting work done while I'm, going into town or whatever. So there's so many options. And I really just encourage you, don't be shy, get out into the community and explore everything that's around you, because I've really enjoyed doing that these last few weeks.
Yeah, Masa Chapa is very cool community there, oceanfront town just south of Gran Pacifica, and it is quite remarkable how much you can buy with very little.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was really excited about just all the fresh, even we were one little roadside stand and they were making fresh tortillas right there. So you were able, and fresh bread. It was all just so amazing. So again, really cool. So I'm looking here. I do see another one, actually one or two. Let's see. Is the property pet and child friendly? That's a great question. Are there things for kids and families to be a part of if you plan to live at Bella? Absolutely. So there are actually a lot of kids here, and I would say quite a few pets. I brought my 2 dogs with me. I have 2 rescue dogs. They're loving exploring. They've made some new dog friends. So yeah, there's pets everywhere. There's children everywhere. Like I said, you're out in the community, you're walking through the community, or you may be on the golf cart and driving around. So you're going to pass people. Kid-friendly activities, obviously. I think with, you know, now that things are kind of coming back, they're going to be start doing some more things for the children. And I know there's even on-site, like a school that they've kind of formed. So some of the families have come together. They were, you know, doing the homeschool thing. So they decided to come together and they're able to have their children involved and doing school here on the property, which is really cool. So I know I have clients that are moving here within this year, and I know the other property consultants do. So I'm really excited because with this Ava Tiny Homes and the new Mila Homes and now Bella coming in, I would say in the next year, this community is going to look very different and a lot more people. And I'm very excited to welcome them here.
Yeah, the growth is very exciting there at Gran Pacifica.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're almost right on the hour. So Spencer, any final thoughts, anything you'd like to say to everyone?
Oh, well, just I'm just super excited for it. Yeah. Gran Pacifica, you know, is like a second home to me. And it is like you were just saying, it's super exciting to see the growth that this community is having in the next year or so. The population is going to probably double there. And definitely, I mean, all the rental opportunities, you're going to see a lot of new faces going through there as well. But it's exciting to see that there a lot of people are planning on moving there full time as well. There is quite a decent population of full-time residents there already, but it's cool to see that it'll be growing that much because I really do love it at Gran Pacifica, and I love the community there. I have some of my best friends live and work at Gran Pacifica and live in the local area too. So it's very exciting times, and I mean I'm super excited to see the Ava community. It's physically going up right now. The Bella will be hopefully very shortly, and yeah, it's awesome to see the expansion happening.
Awesome. Thank you, Spencer, for being with us. And thank everyone for joining us. Like, I just want to remind you, I'm here. I take photos almost every day. So tell your property consultant, I don't mind sharing them. I've sent to a lot of clients. I've had people reach out on Facebook and social media, and I'm happy to share my photos with you because I know you're not here yet. You want to be a part of it. You want to see where your home site will be firsthand. I've even done some FaceTime videos and things to, you know, make it fun where you really can be a part of it, even though you're not here yet. But I highly recommend book that plane ticket and come see me here on site at Gran Pacifica. Again, there's that webinar at ecidevelopment.com website. Send us your request, and we look forward to seeing you in Nicaragua soon. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, you guys.